G'day, I'm Schuey. Welcome to Smoked Barbecue Sauce, where we want to help you improve your barbecue game. Today, I'm going to be making a chicken wing brine. Now, we can all agree wings are great, so let's make them better. Why do we brine meat? A couple of reasons: to inject more flavour into it and to keep it moist during the cooking process. Today's brine is a nice, easy one. Into a pot, we're going to add 1 cup of water. We actually need 4 cups for this brine, but we'll use the other 3 cups later on. To that, we'll add 3 tablespoons of kosher salt. Make sure it is kosher salt, not table salt. They are totally different types of salt. That's it. That's our brine, water and salt. Anything we add now is just for flavour. So to that, we're going to add 1/4 cup of soy sauce and 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 3 cloves of garlic that have been mashed with a knife. By doing that, it makes it easier to peel the cloves and it opens them up enough just to release their flavour. We also want to put in a few sprigs of thyme and some rosemary. And we'll give it a little bit of a kick. Let's throw in a couple of tablespoons of hot sauce. Now put this on the heat and bring it to boil as quickly as you can. All the time stirring to help dissolve the sugar and the salt. Once it reaches boiling point, remove it from the heat and add the other 3 cups of cold water. And just give that a bit of a stir. Now we're just going to set that aside and allow it to cool down completely. Surely by now you've subscribed to the channel, and while you're there, hit that bell button, and that way you'll be notified every time we upload new content. When it comes to wings, we can use them whole or we can separate them into drummies and flats. I personally prefer the flats over the whole wing or the drummies, but I'm not going to discriminate. I've never knocked back a wing. Next up, grab a container and put the wings inside. Now I actually have around 2 pounds of these tasty treats. Now add the completely cooled brine. That's it. Put a lid on and that can go in the fridge overnight or for at least 4 hours. Now alternatively, you could put this in a Ziploc bag as well, but I've got these containers so I like using them. How easy was that? Nearly as easy as giving this video a like. Today, I'm going to be using my 22-inch Weber kettle and I'm going to be pairing it up with a Vortex because I want to be cooking at temperatures of 460 degrees Fahrenheit and above today. Now how I'll do this is by 3/4 filling a chimney starter with briquettes. I'll light them up. Once they're fully ashed over, I'll put the Vortex in the center of the charcoal grate and dump the lit fuel into it. I'll put the grill back in place and put the lid on, making sure all the vents are wide open. I'm going to give that 10 minutes to warm up. The wings have been brining overnight and it's time to get them out. You just want to get the wings out of the brine and place them on some paper towel. And we also want to pat them dry with paper towel because the drier we get these, the crispier now we can get the skin. Now we want to make some seasoning for these wings and I want to put an ingredient in there that's going to help crisp them up. And that'll be the first ingredient, which is aluminium-free baking powder. So into a bowl you want to put the 1 tablespoon of baking powder, add 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt and 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of finely grated black pepper and 1 teaspoon of paprika. Mix this up real good, add the chicken wings to a large bowl and coat with our seasoning and make sure every wing gets covered. Little bit by little bit, put it all in there. That baking powder is going to help the skin on the chicken crisp up during the cook. It's time to get the wings on. Just place them around the outside of that cooking grate because that's where that high indirect temp is being forced. Once the wings are on, I'll spin the lid 1/3 of the way every 10 minutes. Now this just allows the wings to cook evenly as that lid vent does create a hot spot. All up, we'll be looking at around about a 30-minute cook for these wings. That's it, the wings are ready. They're reading over 165 degrees. I mean, they look exceptional and they're all crispy. Oh, I can't wait to dig into these. I mean, how good does that look? Super crispy, super moist. That brine has done an excellent job. I mean, look at that. How good does that look? The flavour from that brine and the coating, and the chicken is so moist. Now, if you'd like to check out this recipe a little further, there's a link in the description to the website where you'll find a wealth of barbecue knowledge. Cheers, and thanks for watching. Now, you've normally only got my word on whether or not this tastes any good. Well, my family's always inside when I'm filming, so shh. You know, I'll tell them to come out and I'll keep recording. You can see firsthand what someone else thinks. They're chicken wings. Well, you tell me if you like it and I'll tell you what's in it. Juicy though, look at that.
This is good.
Good? I brined them. I made up a brine, so they've been brining for a long time, overnight. And then I made up a baking powder seasoning, so crisp up the skin, but obviously with some garlic, salt, pepper, paprika. But more the fact is, this whole video is about the brine though, whether or not the wings stay juicy. And by the amount of juice that keeps coming out, they're juicy. And you just keep going back for more, so they must be good. So good? Yeah. That's good. So there you go, it got the thumbs up from the family.